Hey guys, it's Bree, and I cannot wait to do my favorite products of 2014 and ring in 2015. So I'm going to start kind of in the order of how I put my face on, and some products I loved so much that I have a high-end favorite, a drugstore favorite, and an honorable mention. Ooh, that's my phone going off. I'm gonna get started. I'm so sorry if this video is really long. I am a product junkie. I love makeup. I mean, that's why I do YouTube videos, because I love makeup so much. So we're going to start, and I'll tell you if some categories don't have a drugstore favorite. And beginning category does not have a drugstore favorite. This is just my all-time. My skincare regimen changed drastically in 2014, and I started using the Josie Maran products. I've mentioned them in my videos throughout the year, but if there's one that you want to watch, this is probably the video of mine to catch, because it is all of my favorites. My friend Kendra suggested that I try the oil, and my brain was thinking, I have cystic acne, and why would I put oil on my face? My whole life I've used the salicylic acid, I've used everything. I did Proactive, I did everything to make my face better, and it didn't. So I was in a moment of desperation, and I listened to my friend Kendra, and I bought the oil face cleanser, I bought the actual oil, not the light kind, and then I also bought the moisturizer. I went all in. I censored myself. Look at that. Go Bree, censoring for once. And it drastically changed my skin. I noticed, number one, if I have a pimple coming up the night before I go to sleep and during the night, I will put this on my face. Also, you have to be careful to lay flat like a zombie when you sleep so that you don't get this schmutz all over your pillow. That's no good. If there is anything from this video that you purchase, I would highly recommend this. And again, I was like, moisturizer that has oil in it, because I have been the oil-free girl, and the more that I tried to extract oil from my skin, the worse my skin got, and it was a vicious cycle until I changed my way of thinking. I don't know why I am moving my hands. I am an actor. I know better. Whoop. Okay. I knew that once I tried 3, 2, 1. Once I tried this, it changed my life. This is the best moisturizer. It is SPF 47, and it makes my makeup prettier. I don't know how. This is magic product. We got magic to do just for you. We got miracle plays to play. Musical interlude. This is a magic product, and if you get any moisturizer ever, I recommend this one because I love it, and there is no drugstore version of those things. Now let's move on to foundations. I love foundation, and because of said acne problems, I'm always trying to make my skin look better. So we're going to start with my favorite drugstore foundation, which is the Revlon Photo Ready. This is perfect, and I feel like it just sort of blends in your skin. It melts like butter. It is perfect, and I really, really like it. The problem I find is that it doesn't have the staying power that I would like, that I get from the more expensive foundations, but I feel like if you use the right amount with the right primer, this is the best bang for your buck. Now, my number one favorite foundation of the year has to be the Kat Von D Lock-It Tattoo Foundation. I had to repurchase it because I was tan this summer, and as winter is coming, I am getting whiter, but it is full coverage, and I love that in a foundation. I'm not one of those girls that can really be a stickler for the tinted primer, tinted moisturizer, BB cream. I can't. I tried to love it. I really gave it my all to love it, and I didn't. This is it. This is my baby. It's so good. And you would, sometimes I'm afraid that it looks like I have too much makeup on, and I'm like, what? I'm a makeup artist. People expect that from me. I love it. The next foundation that I really loved, I have 2 honorable mentions in this category. I really, really love foundations. is the Dermablend foundation, and I also love that this doubles, who is calling me? A concealer for me. If I have really, really bad breakout, I will use this as concealer, and then I will put this on top of it, and it covers everything you got, boy. Everything is gone. And then I had another one that I loved because it makes my skin pretty, and that is the Chanel Lumiere foundation. It just gives me this kind of glow, like I had really good sleep. And I don't, for the most part, sleep very well. I have night terrors, but this foundation helps me fake it, like I've had a lot of sleep, which I never get. I like the Smashbox powder. They used to make it with gold, and it was amazing. Like, literally, like, you could sell pints of blood for it because it was that amazing. But this is my favorite. It really gives me coverage without looking cakey. Amazing. My favorite drugstore powder is, y'all might hate me for this one, but it's this CoverGirl one. It is the Fresh Complexion Pocket Powder. This has been my favorite drugstore powder since I was 9 years old. And my very first boyfriend used to buy it in bulk because the way to my heart is not flowers, it's powder. My favorite drugstore powder is, y'all might hate me for this one, but it's this CoverGirl one. It is the Fresh Complexion Pocket Powder. This has been my favorite drugstore powder since I was 9 years old. And my very first boyfriend used to buy it in bulk because the way to my heart is not flowers, it's powder. Shifting gears, I'm going to talk about my favorite brush. This is the Tarte brush, and it's perfect. Because I use this set, I can use it for powder or foundation, depending, and I can use this and it like gets all up in there. That's kind of what I use this one for. I use it to get up in my eye and kind of use it as my highlighter foundation type thing to blend it in. I love this. Love it. Love it. It provides the most beautiful highlighter you ever did see. This is what it looks like. My very first video I ever did was to cover dark circles. So we're talking almost 5 years of me using this product. One of my favorites is the Erase Paste. And it comes in a pot, so you have to have a really good brush to get in there and make it look perfect. But it's for brightening and camouflaging eyes and face. It covers pimples. I love it. So this is probably my second favorite. I don't know why I showed it to you first, but I did. This is my second favorite for concealing. My first favorite, again, with the IT Cosmetics. This is, I don't know, I've used it so much, I don't even know what it is, but I think it's called Bye Bye Under Eye, and the color Light, and it is cakey. It is cakey enough to cover any acne or scarring that you have, but I love it for under eye. It really sticks under there. And if you are a kind of girl like I am, who has watery eyes and contacts and it's always a problem, this stays. It has lasting power, and I love that about it. And in my previous years, if you've been with me for quite a while, I loved the Garnier under eye roller, and in recent months I have separated myself from it and I no longer love it as much anymore. So I'm going to bring the Instant Age Rewind from Maybelline. It's got this powdery, spongy, springy thing that happens, and I like to use this as a primer for my eyeshadow, but I also like to use it as a highlighter and to cover my dark circles. So I'm gonna have to do a tutorial to show you how I use this. So this thing doubles as under eye corrector and highlighter and primer, and this is a little inexpensive magic potion right here, and I love it so much. You guys know I generally like a very dark eye, even if the rest of me is light, kind of like it is today. I love eyeliner. I love it. I don't understand how girls cannot wear eyeliner. It is my favorite. If I was trapped on a desert island, I would want mascara first and foremost, and eyeliner second. I love it. And this has been my forever #1 favorite eyeliner. This is engraved by MAC. It is what I have on today. It is my very favorite, and in the very first video I ever did, if you want to go back and watch that horrendous mess, I said if I was buried in the pyramids, I would want this with me to do my pyramid-y looking Egyptian eyeliner, because I love it. It just is amazing. And I cheat on this eyeliner on the regular because I want something I don't know how I think that there can be better eyeliner than engraved from MAC, but maybe there can because it's not waterproof. I don't know. But another honorable mention eyeliner that I love is the Smashbox liner, and it in Raven, yes, Raven is the color, and it has a sharpener here. So when you open it, and this is especially good for makeup artists, it is a sharp point right there. See how that is? And it can really get in that waterline, and I love my waterline to be really dark. My favorite liquid eyeliner, this is one that you've seen me use in tutorials for years. It is a forever favorite. It is Puro Amore from Kat Von D. This stuff is gold. They sold out of it for months, years and years ago, and literally I remember it because it was that traumatic for me. I love this product so much. Whisper sweet nothings to it. That's how much I love it. I like to use pencil for the bottom, and I like to use liquid for the top, and this is how I generally do my eyeliner, right here. Usually I like a very nude lip, but this year I went dark, and I found that my favorite lipstick of the year was Kat Von D's Homegirl, and it is a purpley black lipstick. That's the color, and it's so versatile. When I first got it, I was like, I'm never gonna wear that. But if you pop a really pretty gloss on top of it, it lightens, but it has lasting power, and I really loved it. And I like the funky spike packaging. My favorite red this year, because I felt like regular everyday wear and reds are totally different. My favorite red this year was the Rocky Horror Picture Red, and the color was Oblivion, and it is just the perfect cherry red. This is one of my favorite movies ever, is called Who's That Girl, and it's just a fun 80s film, and it's starring Madonna. We love my Madonna. And she has on this red lipstick, and she calls it Fire Engine Red in the movie. And as little girl me, I don't know how old I was when this movie came out, probably 10, I guess. I was like, I want to wear a Fire Engine Red lipstick like Madonna every day of my life. And when I found this Rocky Horror color, I was like, oh, it reminds me of the color Madonna wore in Who's That Girl. That movie's so good. Sidebar, so good. Madonna has a pet cheetah in it, and the boy she dates in the movie is named Loudon. Who names their kid Loudon? I love that movie. So if you have a chance to watch this old movie, it's so good. Please put it on Netflix. Dear Netflix, watch my videos. Put Who's That Girl on Netflix because I love it. Lip liner. My favorite lip liner of the year is from Hourglass, and it is a color called Panoramic. This is a tricky lip liner because if you go outside the lines and mess up, it's just wrong for you, girl. It is just wrong because it's not gonna be a happy day if you mess up with this. You gotta really like be all up in that mirror, like up close and personal, because this is a stain. If I do red lips, I start with this, I stain my lips all red, and then I put on the color on top of it because this is the best lip liner ever. And on the other side, it's a brush. So if you really need purse liner lipstick red, this is the one I'd recommend, and you can sort of put it on really beautifully, but you just have to be so careful. This is a holy grail product, y'all. For real. My favorite lip gloss of the year is Bare Necessities from MAC. It is the perfect nude if you want to wear it on its own, and it has also got just the right amount of sparkle. When the light hits it, it is beautiful. The next product has no honorable mention and no drugstore because it is my #1 favorite, and that is the Better Than Sex mascara. This seriously changed the game for me on mascara. I really liked it that much. It is not quoted as a waterproof mascara, but it lasts. And my next product for brows has been a forever favorite as well, and that is the Anastasia Brow Wiz. I have naturally very small brows, and I know that the brow game is changing and big brows are in. It's just not naturally how mine grow. So I color them in with the medium brown, and this is the result. And I really love it. And I think it is a natural, beautiful look. Now we're getting into something more close to my heart, and that is eyeshadows. I had to pick a #1 favorite eyeshadow, and then I had to pick my favorite palette of the year. So my favorite eyeshadow of the year, drum roll please, has to go to MAC Electric Cool Shadow in Coil, and this is what it looks like right here. It is a perfect, perfect color. This year I really got into Sons of Anarchy, and I absolutely love Gemma Teller's eye makeup. So I have kind of tried to recreate that look throughout this year, and I'll zoom in because I did it this evening, and it's just a really pretty brown. I absolutely love this color because it can be a crease color, it can be a lid color. You can do so much with this. I love it. And I had to think about my most reached for palette. I have so many eyeshadow palettes, and I love eyeshadows immensely, but this came out early last year, I think early December last year, and I have reached for the Naked 3 more than anything. I am not a fan of Naked 1. I hated it. I gave it away. It wasn't my thing. I really loved 2. 2 was close to my heart, but when 3 came out, it's pretty much been on my face every single day since then. I love it. And with no matter what look I'm creating, unless I am purposefully trying to do something for YouTube, I use this in some capacity. And every trip that I've taken, I notice my hand reaches for it, and I always want it with me. I love it that much. My favorite blush, probably since it came out, has always been Orgasm by NARS, and this is one of my favorite palettes. It was last year's holiday collection, and I really love Laguna. Laguna is my #1 favorite bronzer, and the Orgasm is also my favorite blush. So I have to say, this is amazing. And what I do is I do my Laguna, and then I just sort of take my blush and I go shh, and I mix it in there for a look. And I love this. When I travel, these two always travel with me. I'm also going to do my favorite fragrance of the year. This is a newer purchase, but it is Angel by Terry Mugler. This fragrance lasts, and I love that. I love also fragrances like Daisy. I love Burberry. I wear both, but Angel, when someone walks by me that has it, I'm just like, you smell so good. Thank you for sticking with me through the years of filming. Don't think that I don't appreciate it. I do from the bottom of my heart. Thank you guys for watching. If you are not a subscriber, please click that subscribe button above you, and thank you so much again for watching. See you next time. Bye.